Hi everyone. I'm going to do something completely different for this review. Normally I give movie, like positive reviews. I'm always telling you, like see this movie. I recommend this movie. I don't recommend this movie. Well, actually, what I just said a second ago, I don't recommend this movie, is actually what this review is going to be all about. It's about the worst movies of all time. I'm talking the worst movies of all time. It's also done by request that somebody wanted me to do a negative review. So his name is Justin. So this is for you, Justin. Um, okay, so to start my worst movies of all time video, I'm gonna start by saying my least favorite film of all time, which is a film called The Hours. The Hours was a film starring Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Jeff Daniels, and oh my god, it was. I remember watching this film, sitting down watching it with my family, and I remember saying to myself, who in the world actually sat down and said to themselves, I want to make this movie? It was one of those films where you're just like, there is no point to this. It was just one of those films where absolutely no value came out of it at all. It was just, don't waste your time with it. So if you ever see a film called The Hours, do not watch it. Just avoid it, ignore it, preferably smash it or destroy it. Just don't get in trouble. I know, but anyway, just don't see The Hours. It's just a waste of time. Um, and Nicole Kidman did not deserve that award. I don't know what the Film Academy was thinking that year. I think they were clearly high when they came to the academies. I don't know. When they came to the academy to vote and everything, it's just like whatever. It's just like okay. Um, One film that's considered to be one of the most infamous films of all time is Troll 2. I can definitely agree. I haven't even seen it all the way through because it's just that bad. There's actually a small local town I've heard that watches it like in a bad movie month or something like that. But yeah, Troll 2 is one of those films you're just like, I cannot believe this film is this terrible. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I'm surprised somebody wanted to make this. It was just that bad. Um, this is another personal least favorite. Um, Earlier I reviewed the Child's Play series. Um, this is one of the Child's Play films. It's called Seed of Chucky. It was the fifth Chucky film. It was god awful. I remember watching it and I was just like, why would they do this to Chucky? It was just that. It was just bad. I mean, everything that happened in that story was just bad. So don't see Seed of Chucky, even if you liked Child's Play 1, 2, and 3 like I did. And even if you liked Bride of Chucky, which I didn't even like, just don't see Seed of Chucky. It's just a waste of time. Um, oh, I can agree with IMDb.com, Internet Movie Database.com. On their bottom 100, which is the worst movies of all time, their 100 worst movies of all time, and I would agree with them. Their number one pick was Baby Geniuses 2 Super Babies. Um, Definitely would agree with that. It was you just see this movie trailer for this film, and it's just like, what a waste of time, talent, money. It's just like, and the sad part is I reviewed the film Christmas Story earlier, and Bob Clark directed that film, and Bob Clark directed Christmas Story. It's just like, what went wrong? It's just like, what went wrong with your life? What convinced you to make Baby Geniuses 2 Super Babies? It's like, ugh. Um, Oh, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Ugh. Once again, I know Friday the 13th never really had high expectations at all, but I remember sitting down and watching this, and they really just killed the Friday the 13th saga with this movie. I mean, I've seen some bad movies before, like I just mentioned earlier with all these other films, but I remember Friday the 13th Part 8 is just bad story, bad editing, bad acting, bad writing, bad cinematography, bad lighting, bad. Just keep on going down the list, and I'm sure Friday the 13th Part 8 messed it up. Almost every film aspect is messed up in that movie. Um, so even if you're a huge Jason or Friday the 13th fan, just avoid Part 8. It's just a waste of time. Um, they made a Part 9 and a Part 10. Ugh. and I actually liked Freddy versus Jason. That was actually a recent decent movie for me, I guess. But ugh, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. It's just like you watch it, just like, ooh, that's bad. Um, oh, another bad movie. See, this video is all about bad movies. My brother really likes this movie. I don't know why. Um, Confessions of a Shoplaholic. Ugh. Another film is just like, I know nothing against chick flicks. I actually like a few chick flicks out there, but Confessions of a Shoplaholic is just bad. It's just a waste of everything. It's just a waste of money, just a waste of time, just don't see it. Just don't watch it. Don't watch it. Just don't bother seeing that one. Um, oh, Master of Disguise. Dana Carvey. It's the reason why you don't see Dana Carvey anymore. Like seriously, what's the last Dana Carvey movie you've seen? You'll probably say, "Oh, that Master of Disguise movie." Just like, well, guess what? That movie sucked bad. Do not watch it. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. It was just that terrible. Um, any Steven Seagal movie. Any Steven Seagal movie is bad. Let me think of the movies he was in. Machete. He was in. He made his own version of The Patriot. He Under Siege 2, Above the Law. He's just one of those guys who's just like, dude, I don't consider this to be cool. You gotta punch your enemies. You don't slap them like this. It's just like, just quit. Just if you're really just gonna not try, just leave. Just get a different career. We don't want to watch you slapping random people. It's just like, dude, just leave the set, please. Um, Kazam. Shaquille O'Neal, I love you, man, but what were you doing in Kazam? I mean, kids love you. Kids love funny movies. Kids love watching you play basketball, but nobody liked Kazam. I mean, why would this guy want to steal a bunch of tapes from a store and his kids like, Dad, don't steal tapes, and I don't know. Just don't see Kazam. It's just so terrible. Um, this film is on a lot of worst movies of all times lists. Um, Leonard Part 6, starring Bill Cosby. I just heard terrible things about it. I haven't even seen it all the way through. It's just god awful. Um, I know there's a huge cult fan base for these movies, but I do not like any of Charles Band's movies. He did the Puppet Master movies. He did Aliens Gone Wild, Monsters Gone Wild, Evil Bong, Ginger Dead Man. Like, if those titles don't scare you away from watching his films, just like, why are you just wasting all this money on all this garbage? It's just like. So yeah. Anyway, there's just a lot of really bad movies out in the world. Um, So yeah, I hope I covered all the really bad ones out there. Um, there's like Killer Tomatoes Eat France. A good friend of mine told me about that one. Um, there's some bad ones. Frogs. It's about killer frogs, and there's what else is there? Like I said before, just don't watch any Steven Seagal films. It's just like he's just going to keep making more of these pieces of garbage. So you might as well not pay any money, because if you don't pay money for his movies, he's obviously not going to make them because he won't have the money to do them. So same thing with Charles Band. Don't watch any of his movies either. Avoid Evil Bong and everything else. So if Hollywood doesn't get money, they won't make that movie again. So yeah. So worst movies of all time. That's what I got to say.